about is, in England, there's more of a tradition of doing projects like that, isn't there?
Yes, much more. And you hear it on the radio, and I miss it every now and again. I put the BBC on my computer or something, because there's that great tradition of plays.
And what do you think that is?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's tradition that's been there a long time, and people are used to it. I mean, you sit around, you're doing the ironing, you listen to Woman's Hour, you've got the play. It's just half hour, so it's not, you don't have to have too much time in the afternoon that you spend. But you know that there's, out of the radio stations, there's one that you can go to that's just talking and stories.
And what are some of your favorite memories about hearing actors or poets or...
I, remember distinctly from as a child hearing Robert Frost's, what's it called? Not Two Roads Diverged. Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, read by Stacey Keach.
Really?
And I remember I was at home and I was in the middle, I grew up in the middle of the forest, very Winnie the Pooh, and it was snowy and it was winter. And I just heard this beautiful voice. It's very sort of, it appears so random. You can listen to the news and then you'll listen to some music and then suddenly there'll just be this beautiful poem. And it sort of comes out of nowhere because you're in the middle of doing something and you might catch it going up the stairs, you might catch it wherever you are in the car. And I remember specifically that and loving that poem ever since because of it.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell me how you discovered this poem.
This poem I first learned about from a good friend, the wonderful Miss Tyne Daly.
Oh,
yeah,
who I believe is
I believe she is. Yeah. She introduced it to me. We'd done an Aeschylus play, the Agamemnon, together, and it was an appropriate thing to hear at that time. And she loves poetry, so she's always introducing me to something new. And so she was the one. I love it. I love the sort of gender-bending thing and going back into especially myths or plays or things that are ingrained in us as being a certain way and just turning them on their heads. I think it's good for us.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. One last thing. If you look at the camera and say the word poetry.
Poetry.